Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer live pop-up chat. Maybe I should start calling these live roundups because it seems to be like almost every day I'm doing a live chat and we're basically just doing a big old roundup of the day or the couple of days stories. And today is no exception. I managed to get quite a few of the stories that I'm going to be talking about into the main title. So it is Saturday, the 1st of February 2020. So first of the month, happy first of the month to you. We are going to be talking about Duchess Meghan and the reality TV show rumours that are swirling. We're also going to be talking about the Maldives, which have rejoined the Commonwealth. We're going to be talking about Princess Beatrice's wedding plans. Did the Queen make Beatrice an offer that she can't refuse? And also, it's the first of the month, and we all know what that means. Sussex Royal change who they follow on their Instagram account. So, those are just some stories I'm going to be talking about. Of course, if you have anything else once I finish that you want to talk about, I am happy to talk about that. So, without further ado, I will find the chat room. Now, I am going to carry on doing the timestamps. It seems to help people to find the stories that they really want to watch. So I'm going to carry on doing that. So I will be doing the timestamps from now on when I do these live chats. Also, as always, I will post any links that I share in the live chat in the description. So if you're watching on catch up, you can follow along too. Right, people saying, what have you missed? Nothing yet. I haven't kind of got into it. JC says, I'm really enjoying the tiara kimono combo. Yes, this is a kimono. It's a kimono dodo. Yes, no, it is a kimono. And I'm wearing it today. I'm teaming it with Princess Eugenie's wedding tiara replica. What do you all think? I think this is a really stunning tiara. But yeah, there we go. Maybe you can't kind of see it because of my hair, but if I kind of... There we go. If I wear it a bit more like a bandeau... No, that's not like a bandeau. But anyway, it's on my head. It's on my head. So I'm hoping that you are all enjoying the tiara kimono moment. Because it's going to be... By the way, I do have an Instagram account, royal_reviewer on Instagram. It's not necessarily about the royal family, so if you're expecting pictures of royals, it's not going to be there. But it is about what I get up to in my own life. So if you feel like following and supporting over there, then please feel free. Right, we are going to move on to the first story today, which is, of course, about Meghan and the rumours swirling that she's going to do a reality TV show. So let me just make a note of the time. There we go. And let me get the story up. So, I don't think I need to share the link particularly to this one, but I am going to be reading from an article and then kind of dissecting it a bit. So, it claims that Meghan's first post, and I use the term lightly because this is the term that people are using, Megxit. Meghan's first post-Megxit job will be, and again, let me tackle the Megxit word. So I've said this in a previous chat and I'll say it again. I'm not particularly fond of the term Megxit because it puts all of the blame, so to speak, onto one person. It puts it all onto Meghan. And as we know, this is a joint decision. Harry even said in his Centre Barley speech that it was his decision. So, yeah, it's a term that I don't particularly like to use, but we cannot deny that people are using it. It is a term that's almost entered the language because people have been using it a lot. It's been used... I mean, I'll tell you, it's been used a lot in the media on TV. Journalists are using it. Reporters are using it on TV, on blogs. It's almost become a word. But I don't think it's a particularly fair word because, like I said, it puts Harry and Meghan stepping back as senior royals onto Meghan entirely. And I don't think that is the case. So I will state that right there. But anyway, the article refers to it as her post-Megxit job. Will be making a guest appearances on a Canadian reality TV show for Netflix about second weddings, hosted by Jessica Mulroney, claim sources on the show. So, it doesn't say who the sources are, but it does say that they are sources from the show. So, unlike unspecified sources, it does actually drill it down a little bit more to sources on the show. So whether we choose to believe this or not is entirely up to you, but this is what is being said. So, as we know, Harry and Meghan will be looking for work outside of the royal family when they begin their transition to becoming financially independent. So, TV roles, that kind of thing, would not be out of the question, I don't think. But this show is going to be called I Do Redo, which is about couples planning a second wedding after disaster ruins their first ceremony. The show is set to air on Netflix and will be hosted by Jessica Mulroney. I'm just trying to think, is there any other actual kind of quotes that are being said? Apparently the guest spots on the show will be sporadic, according to the source. And a scale for a guest role on a Canadian TV show is $588 per day. And it's unclear whether Meghan will be paid. Yeah. And then it just goes on to a bit of history. But it does say, we are aiming to make a significant difference in the lives of our chosen couples whose first weddings did not go as planned due to tragic circumstances. Jessica said in a statement about the show, this is a side of the wedding industry that has never been shown on television before. And there we go. That's all. Then the article goes on about Harry asking about Meghan's voiceovers. So I'm not going to read the whole article, but there's a few things that are possible about this story. So let's kind of dissect it. So we have the source from the show. So they are specifying a source within the show, which probably says to me that this could be leaning towards more of the truth side. It also says and claims that Meghan will be featured on it sporadically, so kind of popping in, popping out, maybe voiceovers. I mean, who knows? Who knows what that role could be? Now, why has this come out? It could be to kind of drum up a little bit of interest in the show, in advance of the show. This could have been leaked from the show directly, again, like I said, to drum up some pre-interest in the show. We really don't know. But I want to know what you think. Let me know what you think. So I'm going to kind of read what it says. Seaside Mum says reality TV would be tacky. Jackie says Jessica Mulroney has certainly profited from her relationship with Meghan. Nefesha Priest says the only type of reality show that comes to mind is one that will highlight charities. I do not believe that anyone would release any information regarding her. Jessica is protective of Meghan. But we also know that, Meghan has also, promoted her friends' work as well. I mean, it could be a trade-off. We know that she's worn clothes that have been designed by her friends as well. Arnold Sanders says these are the same people that said Doria was doing an interview with Oprah 2 years ago. Well, indeed, they were wrong. But we the fact is we don't know whether it's true or not. But they did specify a source within the show, which kind of drills it down. It's a little bit more information than just saying a source. That's all I'm saying. Amanda says, unless it comes from the Sussexes themselves, then we shouldn't believe anything. The media has no access to Meghan or Harry. And I agree, the couple have not announced any plans officially. Oh, let me just go back to the screen. Kind of popped off. Somebody mentioned... hang on. Ms. Wise says, I love me, but as an American, I'm not that interested in the royal family since Harry and Meghan are gone. Sorry, but you're out. I think you are starting to be biased. Please let me know how you think I'm starting to be biased, because I am just commenting on the stories that are out there and trying to work out what's true, what's not true, what are the possible options with all the different kinds of stories. Of course, with this story I'm just speaking about now, it could be true, it could not be true. Until we get, of course, as a previous commenter, I read out a previous comment said, unless we get anything officially released by them, then we don't know. Or, of course, somebody representing them, or if somebody for that TV show actually came out and said that they were going to be, well, Meghan was going to be in it, then obviously we would know that that's going to be true. But until then, it is speculation. But to talk about these kinds of things, I don't think it shows any bias towards anything. It is just discussing exactly what is being discussed out there. And I think as long as, you know, it's accompanied with, this is speculation, this could be true, might not be true, these are the different options and reasons, I don't think that transcends into bias. JC says, there is no bias here, he's just keeping us informed about what is being reported about the royals. That is exactly what I'm trying to do. Just because I talk about a story does not mean I'm saying it's true. I think you need to listen to the whole thing, not just the headline or the title of the video. Becky says, you are the least biased person that I know on this issue. You have always said alleged with Prince Andrew and talking about speculation. Exactly. Arnold Sanders says, but your sources for stories are the Daily Mail, the enemy. No, sometimes, I mean, but don't forget, a lot of the time, you have to ask where these stories originate from. And sometimes you have to go to the source of where it all came from. Don't you? I think that's always a good place to start, at the source. Why have sort of second-hand regurgitated stories when you can go to the source of it? I always think that's a good place to start. Even if it's not a publication that particularly pleases people. Julia says, it seems like the producers or director would release the info if they had a contract. However, with all the media attention, I'm sure they offered something. Who knows? But I'm going to move on to the next story because we do have a few to get through. Okay, the next story is the Maldives. They are rejoining the Commonwealth. So I do have something to share about that. So of course I will pop this link into the description so you can open it and follow along. I'm probably not going to read all of it, but if you do want more information on it, just open the link and you can read all of it. So the Maldives has become the 54th member of the Commonwealth family. So the Commonwealth family has grown and expanded. They reapplied for admission and that was approved. And this marks the end of a process that began 13 months ago. So it's taken 13 months to take effect. And that was in December of 2018, when the President wrote to the Commonwealth Secretary-General expressing the country's interest in rejoining. After lots of talking, it was agreed that they were to be readmitted. The Commonwealth Secretary-General said, I warmly congratulate the Maldives on its successful application. We are delighted to welcome the country and its people back to the Commonwealth. The reform process is underway in the Maldives and it will align with the values and principles of the Commonwealth, and we encourage the nation to continue on this path. Together we will support the Maldives to realise its ambition. The Maldives President said today is a happy day for the Maldives as we return to the family of Commonwealth nations. As a young democracy, the Commonwealth's foundational values of the promotion of democracy, human rights, good governance, multilateralism and world peace remain relevant to us more than ever. We gratefully acknowledge the support and help of the Commonwealth to the Maldivian democratic movement, and we look forward to the support of fellow member states to ensure the long-term entrenchment of these values in our society. And there we go. So welcome to the Commonwealth, the Maldives. Hey, I would love to go to the Maldives. Let me know if you have been to the Maldives. Did you have a good time? Are you from the Maldives? Do let me know. Fazzled Halo says the Maldives, interesting timing. Jean Kay says the Sussexes could start their own production company if they wanted a documentary style show or special. Yes, I do believe they probably could. Prince Edward did have a TV production company back in the late 80s, 90s. And, well, I won't go too much into that, but he did have one in conjunction with having a HRH and and being Prince. So I see no reason why Harry and Meghan, why that would fall short of the values of Her Majesty. Right, I'm going to move on to the next story. So it's 15:40. Okay, now this is a little bit of juicy news. Oh, I have a donation. $48.99 from Aminata Jar. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Where's my golden fan flap? Right, you get a really big fan flap. Mwah! Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Your help and support really does mean so much to me. So thank you so much. But I know that you want to know what the juicy details are about Princess Beatrice's possible wedding plans. So, a little bit of information has come up. Lots of people have been asking, what about Princess Beatrice? How is Prince Andrew's, what's going on, his situation? How is that affecting Beatrice's wedding? Now, on the whole, I gather from most of you that you think that Princess Beatrice shouldn't have to suffer because of what's going on with Prince Andrew's situation. It was always speculated, even before all of this really went off with Prince Andrew, it was always expected that Princess Beatrice's wedding was going to be a smaller affair than her sister Princess Eugenie's. Princess Eugenie, of course, had the open-top carriages, the televised wedding, and it was a really big affair. But it was always speculated that Princess Beatrice wanted a smaller, more private family and friends wedding. Now, it turns out that the Queen has offered Princess Beatrice the chance to hold her wedding reception at Buckingham Palace. Now, that I am sure, if the Queen makes you an offer, it's probably an offer that you cannot refuse. And hey, who wouldn't want to have their wedding reception at Buckingham Palace? There hasn't been a wedding reception, a royal wedding reception held at Buckingham Palace since William and Catherine got married. So all the other weddings since then have been held at Windsor. So it would make a nice change for it to be at Buckingham Palace. Now, of course, if you're going to have a more private ceremony, wedding reception at Buckingham Palace, the actual wedding venue itself comes into question. So would it be Westminster Abbey? Would it be St Paul's Cathedral? Of course, those are still options, but they are big venues. They are big venues that could hold a lot of people. And if you're going for a more small wedding, let me just readjust the tiara. If you're going for a more small private wedding, I doubt that St Paul's and Westminster Abbey will be on the cards. So there are a few smaller, more appropriate venues, such as the Chapel Royal or the Queen's Chapel. Now, there are question marks on whether those might be slightly too small, but if you want intimate, those are venues which would be very traditional and very, what's the word? I think it'd be just very personal. And hey, if you just want really close friends, really close family, I think you can't go wrong with the Chapel Royal. I think that would be amazing. But if they want a slightly bigger venue, then what has also been speculated on is maybe the Guards Chapel at Wellington Barracks, which is bigger, but of course that has a connection to Prince Andrew, and we don't know with relation to his military appointments what might happen in the future. There has been talk in the UK, people have been starting to question his military appointments, obviously with regarding the whole situation. So maybe Wellington Barracks might not be on the cards. So if I had to plumb for one or the other, I would possibly say that a really personal, private wedding with close family, really close friends at the Chapel Royal, followed by a big reception at Buckingham Palace. So that would probably be a sit-down dinner hosted by the Queen, and then probably a evening reception hosted by the Duke of York and Sarah, Duchess of York. That's probably what's going to happen. And of course, we'll probably see the arrivals of people arriving at Buckingham Palace, but not necessarily inside. I don't think we'll see anything inside. So it would give Princess Beatrice the status of a royal wedding, but the privacy and more intimate setting of perhaps the Chapel Royal, maybe the Wellington Barracks. But hey, we are going to have to wait and see what actually goes on. Let me just see what people are saying about this. Crazy Lady says, kimono and tiara combo, iconic indeed. Right, I know there's lots of people talking in the comments section. Lauren says, what tea am I drinking? Just regular English British tea. Welcome to Quirky Girly, who's caught me live for the first time. Right, okay, so I don't think we have any comments about the Princess Beatrice story, so I'm going to move on. So 21:40. So I'm going to move on now to my final story of the day, which is the Sussex Royal Instagram account. Now, as we know, what they do with their Instagram account is to change the accounts and the people that they follow every month. And of course, it is the start of the month, the 1st of February. So we have another change. Now, last month, they supported positive news and they only followed one account. Now, it seems like this month they are also only following one account. So I'm going to share the link to their Instagram post. Let me just post that in right here, right now. Oh yes, HM the King says, just to go back on the story slightly, Beatrice could get married at St James's Palace too. Perhaps. But I'm kind of I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling that because almost that's where she lives. So I'm kind of thinking that she might want to go somewhere else. That's the only reason why I kind of discounted that as an option. But it is still an option. Let's put it that way. Right. Okay, so Sussex Royal, if you've opened that link, I will of course share it in the description too, says, for the month of February, we are pleased to follow global positive news, which focuses on the acts of kindness and uplifting stories of community across the globe. We hope you enjoy. And there is a montage photo of their postings. So you can, of course, go to that Instagram account and follow them. I am sure they will get a big surge of followers after, of course, this big promotion. Sussex Royal now has 11.1 million followers. Now, I think concentrating on positive news is really, really good. There has been so much negative news. There is so much negative news out there that I think it is really, really good to focus on positive news. And I do like these different accounts and organisations which do share only positive news. Sometimes we just want some nice stories. Now, you know, sometimes I can speak from my own personal experience. When you are, you know, a blogger or a vlogger, or you comment on something, if you are a royal watcher, you have to watch everything. Sometimes you can't escape the negative. To be, you know, a full and proper reviewer of something, or a watcher of something, or a follower of something, you have to follow everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, warts and all. But that can get you down. It can bog you down. I know that people on this channel, from the comments I've been getting and what people have been saying, people are fed up of negative stories. So I do think even though sometimes we have to look at them to kind of make our way through, hopefully in an objective and unbiased way. It is also really, really nice to get some light relief and go to certain channels or accounts or whatever that do follow positive and good news. So I applaud the Sussexes for again sharing another account which shares and concentrates on the good and the positive that's in the world. I think we need to share more good and positive stories. So yes, I am really happy with the kind of positive news outlets. Let's put it that way. Let me see what people are saying about that. Margaret says, a huge thanks to the moderators. Without you, this live chat would be unwatchable. Thank you so much to the moderators. I know we have a lot of people with a lot of strong views who watch and comment. Compito Corgi, I hope I've said that correct, says, you should definitely wear the kimono when you host a live stream about talking about the Japanese state visit. Maybe I need a new line in kimonos. Who knows? Olivia says, you're right, it's okay to talk about the good, the bad and the ugly. Sometimes we have to. Sometimes we can't just ignore it. It would be nice. It would be nice if we could just ignore it entirely. But sometimes we have to talk about it. But it's also really, really lovely to discover good news that is often unshared. And I think one of the things that I'm going to start doing, and I've done it in this chat, is I am going to always try from now on, if it's possible, to end a live stream with a positive news story. Regardless of what's gone on in the video earlier, I am going to try to end the video on a positive story. Sometimes that might not be possible, but I am going to try to do that. So yes. Leslie has donated $19.99. Keep up your positive take on all the royals breaking news. Thank you so much. Sometimes it's difficult when they are hard stories. Sometimes they are just really, really hard and difficult topics, and that is what we have had recently. We've had very hard, very difficult topics, and also we've had a lot of processing to do. As royal watchers, we've been in uncharted waters, and there has also been lots of processing going on with all of us, including myself. Thank you so much. I have, by the way, there's your fan flap. Mwah. I have another donation, 10 Canadian dollars from Keisha. Yeah, Keisha17, who says, I want to apologise for making a mistake on a comment I made on your last video. Oh, don't worry. Everyone makes mistakes. There is your fan flap, the golden fan flap, and a big kiss from me. Or Aurora Rose says, or maybe a positive Hyacinth bucket quote. Did she do positive quotes? I'm not entirely sure. Let's go. Is a date set for Beatrice's wedding? Not that I'm aware of. I haven't heard of a date yet, but when I do, I will let you know. PGR says, you can now buy more artwork. Oh, I would love more artwork. The pieces I want aren't available. Right, okay, so I'm going to go now, and I'm going to make my tea. I've not had my evening meal yet, so I'm going to leave it here now. Unless there's any further breaking news, I will join you again tomorrow. Also, I will probably, tomorrow's Sunday, I wasn't able to do my patrons only live chat this week, and I did say I was going to reschedule it. So I will possibly do my patrons only chat tomorrow at some point. I'm not sure when in the day. May even have to be Monday, maybe after or before my weekly vlog goes live. But I will let you know. For those of you who are members of Patreon, my patrons, you will know that I had to reschedule that because something happened. So So yes, I will try and go live with that either tomorrow or Monday. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also do hit that bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. Also, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. So from me, in Shropshire, in a kimono and a tiara, mwah, and goodbye.